That's the great thing about this final. Nobody knows what's going to happen. You can talk to the experts in the hallways and they'll make a statement and ask them a few scrutinising questions, and then they give you, well, of course, yes, this could happen. And unlike the semi-final between Sampras and Courier, where there was so much history to draw on, they've been playing each other since they were just 10, 11 years of age. There is all sorts of knowledge of each other and expectations. This is an unknown quantity. Anybody who's seen Todd Martin play knows if he plays his best, he can beat anyone in the world. He's already proven that. Sampras to serve.
15 on that.
That is one of the key difference. Physical movement about the court. Sampras pouncing onto the wide forehand, and Martin looking awkward in his attempt. There's an indication. The second serve of Sampras, timed at 160 Ks. Such a different start to the one against Courier when the first point went over the net 15 or so times. There should be very few extended rallies. And again, the mobility of Martin exposed.
Sampras holds.
Let's game.
Todd Martin to serve. Pete Sampras comfortably in the opening game.
Good support for Todd Martin. This crowd want a match. And here is Todd Martin using his full height. 6'6" and some. He gets off the ground to make contact. Second serve clocked at 150 Ks. It's as fast as many of Stefan Edberg's first serves. Put both of those down to nerves. Second serve at 135 Ks. Tim Gullickson assessing the situation. Wild first serve. Wouldn't fancy your chances to serve consecutive double faults against Sampras and hold throughout the afternoon. So a bonus for Todd there to get away with it at 40 love and then put the pressure on. He's far fewer double faults coming into this match than has Sampras. Sampras 49 double faults.
15 love.
Martin to this match only 18 double faults.
That's love. 40 love.
202 kilometres per hour. And the crowd has just seen the speed of this serve so effortlessly produced. His entire body combining to produce the power.
First serve.
Beautiful coordination. And Todd Martin claiming that that was not a let. If I would have hit such a good return, I would have it not be called a let also.
A wonderful play by Sampras. 2-1.
Sampras leads 2-1.
Well, you might have been able to get away with that play against Stefan Edberg, who has a relatively weak forehand. But if you move wide to take a ball on your forehand in the backhand corner and hit it to Sampras's forehand, he will rip it across court like that most times. Greater part of the court exposed on the cross court, lower part of the net, long part of the court, and he can drill it either way. His favourite one is across court. 15.
15 all.
From the reverse angle, it's the accuracy of the serve, the deception that made it the ace, just 174 Ks.
30-15.
Todd Martin served 2 double faults in his opening game, and apparently due to nerves, he's not the only one that's tense out there. That forehand miscued, and look at that, with the entire court open. Pete Sampras with the easiest of forehand volleys. You could only attribute that being missed to nerves. To this point, when either player has got their first serve into play, they have won the point 100% of the time. Martin getting 36% of first serves in. Sampras 56. It's the first point to go against the first serve. Fine return right at the feet of Todd Martin, who got the ball back to three-quarter court, but right on the sideline, and Sampras could have gone across court just as easily. One of the best backhands in the game.
Advantage, Sampras.
It's fair to say, I think Johnny's got one of the best everythings in the game, don't you?
He certainly does. The most complete player. His forehand has been outstanding, his serve outstanding. There's been a few lapses with his volleying, but generally a very talented volleyer. A first real test for Todd Martin. He's come through in shining colours. Got the three-quarter pace first ball in. He just scraped the ball over the net, but then used his reach, his lanky reach, to reach out and knock off the passing shot.
Advantage, Martin.
Leader of the opposition, Dr. John Hewson.
And wife Carolyn. And he knows a good forehand down the line when he sees one. And that's as good as you will see.
That's up. Advantage Martin.
Governor-General of Australia, Bill Hayden, and his wife, Dallas, among the dignitaries here today. And Neil Trezise is very well known, particularly in Victoria, former Minister for Sport, Geelong League footballer. Well, that was about as good as a forehand 2 shots ago.
Pete Sampras has that ability off both sides to be able to hit the ball up the line or across court with equal aggressiveness. Maybe the volley just nursed a little bit. There's a lot of cause and effect in tennis. If you give Pete Sampras a chance, he will make the shot. So Martin paying for that conservativeness on that forehand volley.
Advantage Martin.
Well, this is really a big game because if Todd can get through this, he'll be steeled. If he were to be broken so early in the match, there would always be the chance of the match getting right away from him.
Cain Martin.
2-all. A familiar ring to the 2 service games so far for both players.
2-all.
John Barrett, first impressions from courtside.
Well, the intensity of it all. They're both desperate to try and break the spirit, each of the other. And I think John Alexander's absolutely right. That was so important for Martin to win that game. He now knows that he can fight at this level, but for how long?
15 love.
Trick sliding serve of Pete Sampras, played with exactly the same ball toss and motion. Sliding the ball at 157 k, so the ball moves more laterally.
30 love. Cain Sampras.
3-2 opening set.
Sampras leads 3-2. 15 love.
John Farnham, Mike Godinsky and his wife Jill. John's just behind the pair. John about to embark on a huge tour of Australia.
It's the talk of the town.
Yes, it is, and he knows the stadium pretty well.
First love.
And Glenn Wheatley, the man who's been behind John for so long in Gaynor. There's something like 10 concerts in Melbourne.
A musician himself in the Masters Apprentices from your hometown originally, I think. Well, this is an impressive game coming on the heels of his previous service game when he had to fight so hard. Here it is from the side angle. Give you some idea how close he comes to the net. The beautiful thing there was the balance for the big man to be able to play such a delicate touch as he tried to make his ground to the net. 40 love. If you examine their 1992 clash at the US Open in the round of 32, Todd Martin led 2-1 and lost the fourth set 7-5, the fifth set 6-4. So that was one serious battle for Pete Sampras.
Perfect really for Martin, wasn't it? He needed a comfortable service game after the double faults in his opening one and then a break point in the fourth game and a number of deuces. Sampras hasn't lost to an American-born player in the last 12 months. And as we look at the percentage of first serves in, 62 for Sampras. And John, it's mighty impressive.
Time to take a punt when returning his first serve, I'd say.
Yes, Pete hasn't lost to an American-born player in the last 12 months. The only...
Love 15.
Only American citizen to beat him was Ivan Lendl last year in that period.
As in Philadelphia, where Woodford had success over Lendl in the final, Lendl having to withdraw at 5-4 in the first set. When Todd Martin is so dangerous, when he has time to get set, and he's not being rushed. You can see here, Sampras can manufacture shots. He wasn't rushed then. He was on balance. He really made a bird of it. He just had to push the next one back, but when he got set for the two-fister, he hits as solidly as anyone. And again, it's Martin taking the initiative, pounding the two-fister down the line. Sampras tried to counter hit, but couldn't control that enormous power. Love 40. And the #1 player in the world in trouble now for the first time. Was it calmly left or left out of panic? Very close. Definitely long. Keep watching very eagerly. First serve going in crisis. One more break point for Martin.
Juice.
And Sampras retains his first serve percentage win at a 100%.
He led the tour last year in break points saved. And you've got a mighty serve. It definitely helps. Except when you double.
Advantage, Martin.
Tim Gullickson has been with Pete for some time now. Hasn't quite got the nails with the teeth yet.
Juice.
Serve was back, but mighty weak. Sampras certainly not compromising with the backhand. Certainly went for it.
Advantage, Sampras. Juice.
Now this game on Sampras' serve taking similar proportions to the fifth game. To the fourth game on Martin's serve.
Advantage, Sampras.
That's a smile of somebody who just has realized that they're in this match.
Juice.
Beautiful combination, low angle, the low return. Sampras couldn't volley effectively, couldn't put any real pressure on Martin. Martin was balanced, he was there in time and really thumped it across court. Back to Juice.
Advantage, Sampras. Game, Sampras.
He holds his 4-3 opening set.
Sampras leads 4-3.
New balls for Todd Martin at 3-4 in the opening set.
who would he be cheering
15
for?
all.
Interesting point that. Martin in trouble, played a high defensive backhand, and Sampras paying the penalty for not having followed the ball into the net. Had he followed the ball into the net, would have had a shoulder-high volley. As it was, he was behind the baseline with the ball with no pace on and had no advantage through his previous good tennis. 15 love.
That's love. Love.
Reverse angle. I think there's some pretty serious thinking going on for Pete Sampras at this moment. Evaluating the situation.
Missed it.
Yeah, Martin.
It's 4-all. Love game for Martin. Speaking of evaluation, let's have a look at the eye.
4 all.
Whether that attempt at serving and volleying signifies a change in tactic for Pete Sampras, trying to speed up the play and keep his taller opponent off balance, stopping from getting set and nailing the ball as he has to this point.
All.
Unforced errors. Sampras 11-4. Sampras going for more winners and paying the price.
30-15. All. Let's first up.
Lucky break for Martin. It was a clean ace and Sampras is complaining over the call or his bad luck. And again, Sampras having to fight on serve.
40-30.
Sampras 5-4 after 42 minutes.
Sampras leads 5-4.
Beautifully played point by Martin, who's under trouble with the half volley.
No! 15 all. So 15.
Good long hard stare, but Sampras accepts the call as being in. The second serve struck at 143 Ks. Going to the forehand, you could see Sampras moving to his backhand side. He had baited the opponent. The opponent took the bait, produced the goods. Dejected over missing that relatively simple return off the second serve.
Martin.
5-all now in the opening set. And John Barrett, the feeling up here is there's been quite a change in the body language of the two players since the fifth game of the first set, when Sampras seemed to be in control.
And I would agree with that assessment. It seems to me that Sampras is the one who's slightly worried at the moment. The one-hit tennis that Martin is playing is allowing him no rhythm. He's having to scramble like mad to reach the ball. He's having to rush his shots. If Martin can keep error-free, then he's got a real chance here.
15 long.
And what Pete Sampras is suffering from is what many of his opponents complain about. When you play Pete, you don't get much rhythm. He's serving aces. He serves a lot of double faults. He's big second serve and he hits winners. You don't have much time to reason with him. From the cam, you can see Pete Sampras's coverage here. Good low volley in excellent net position. Not doing enough with that backhand volley. Out of court and struggling from that point forth.
Thank you.
15 all.
To 15. 30 all.
Last 3 times at serve, Sampras has had to fight. 5 all, 30 all. And this time he's complaining. Feels he's been robbed a few times by let calls.
Can I say that the ball appeared to be well clear of the net from here?
Well, you're in a good position, John, aren't you? You're not far away.
And just behind it.
Pete Sampras certainly does not have the reputation of somebody who challenges calls just to put pressure on a linesperson or a net judge or an umpire. If he complains, it's because he genuinely believes there has been an error. He has a wonderful reputation for being a very fair sportsman. As does Todd Martin. Pete Sampras is rattled at this point. Double fault wild. And there is a sense of expectation right now. Break point.
It's a real stare at the line, at the let cord judge. There a glare at the end of that point. That was revealing.
Martin.
That first serve at 152 and not wide enough to really put the 6'6" Martin in any trouble. Break point. Oh, close. Well, this backhand volley hit nonchalantly right on the line. Almost casual.
Advantage Sampras. Sampras.
6-5 now for Sampras in the opening set.
All. 30-15.
Well, that could almost be the story of the first set, that it's finely balanced, but just a little bit of luck is going to decide it. Rifling forehand across court. Showing some real courage. A very tense situation, prolonged baseline rally. Moved Sampras around the court and then just went for it to get 40-15.
Game, Martin.
6-all, tiebreak about to commence. To give you an idea of how close this match is, they've been going for 56 minutes. There's been 80 points played. Sampras has won 40 and Martin has won 40. And in tiebreaks, in this championship, Sampras has won 5 out of 5 and Martin 7 out of 7. Somebody's about to lose for the first time in the championship in a tiebreak. How's that? 40-40 in terms of points in this match to date.
Sampras.
Certainly the net judge has been changed. Difficult volley for a tall man. Low and wide. See this in the reverse angle. He had to stretch very wide, control his weight, and played the ball with great accuracy. The Martin lead, and we actually have a correction. Todd Martin did lose one tiebreaker, the first set, to Dufresne. He'd actually led 5-2 in that set. Lost it in a tiebreaker, so he's won 6 out of 7.
2-all. Sampras. To Sampras.
He does have a remarkable first set record. Sampras, this is his 5th Grand Slam final. In each of them, he's won the opening set. Grand Slams all up in 79 matches. He's won 58 times in the first set and lost only 3 of those. So he's always got away to, well, nearly always got away to a great start.
To Sampras.
Pete Sampras' girlfriend over from the United States. Notice they were in the Opal shop doing a little duty-free shopping on Saturday. Galaxon looking happier.
6 to Sampras.
Pete's predicament now with 4 set points. Robert van der Hoff, Tom Ross, the agent behind, and in front Graham Moore, the race car veteran from Bathurst. And again, an extraordinary ripping forehand across court. Graham Moore is also a renowned firefighter.
Sampras.
That's really tightening up now. One more point on Martin's serve. Sampras will have one more set point on his own.
He's got it in 63 minutes.
Sampras, 7-6. Quiet, please. Love 15. Love 13. 15-13. That's up.
The nod of the coach. Approval and admiration. He would have to be so happy with the way Todd Martin has played. When he gets set, can he nail that backhand? 40-30.
Good effort by Martin, being loved 30 down holds in the opening game of the second set.
Love 15.
And a great start for Martin. Love 15.
15 all.
All three first serves this game being directed to the forehand of Todd Martin. And from the reverse angle, this one just at 164 Ks, which is decidedly three-quarter pace for Sampras. Get the ball to swing. But as has been the case since the 7th game in the first set, Sampras having to fight on serve. And he really was in defensive survival mode from the time he missed his first serve in that last point.
Game, Sampras.
Worth a
1
second
all.
look. And Todd Martin not overly impressed with that call. He's still having a hard look at where the ball bounced. Did a look at that from reverse angle, and that's why a very, very close call. 1 game all in the second set.
Love 15. Love 30. Fifteen, 30. .40.
Risky play at 15.30. Especially against somebody so quick as Sampras. And now Todd Martin down 15.40. 2 break points.
.40.
Sampras gets the break.
Sampras leads 2-1.
Pete just keeps varying the serve. First and second serve. He has no hesitation to switch the second serve into the forehand of Martin. His first serve's been moved around about 50-50, forehand to backhand.
That's long.
There's the first serves in. It's favouring Sampras, both first serves in and the success rate.
30-15.
Good reach by Martin, and just getting there in time, be able to get set.
(40-15).
He's leading in the ace department, 6-3.
This time, the first serve going to the backhand of Martin. You could see him making the hop towards the forehand side because the majority had gone to the forehand the last few games.
Game Sampras. Sampras leads 3-1.
Magnificent passing shot that just missed. We'll see it from the reverse angle, ripping it across court. Good top spin, just missing by a few centimetres. We'll go
Change
down
on
to
the
John Barrett.
I thought there were two revealing shots in the second and third games of this set. At 30-all on Sampras serve in game 2. For the first time, there was a really wild forehand return from Martin, which made you realise how few unforced errors he'd made to that point, which is remarkable considering how hard he was hitting. Then in his own serve, he played for the first time that rather costly drop shot. And that meant he'd, for the moment at least, deserted his game plan, which is first time hitting. He's wavering a little bit mentally.
Love 15.
It's at 15-30. He played that drop shot. Now a third double fault. He had 2 in the opening service game an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Love 30.
Just watching quite impassively, but when Pete Sampras gets in front, that gives him the liberty to go for his shots more flamboyantly.
Love 40.
Too easy, wasn't it? Sampras now 4-1 in the second set.
Sampras leads 4-1.
Welcome back. The number 1 seed suddenly has raced to a big lead. A set and 4-1 with 2 breaks in the second.
Love 15. Love 30.
It's a fine first serve. What a great return. And Sampras in trouble, having to guess one way or the other. He guesses wrong. Love 30. Martin hitting back.
Love 40.
And for the second time, he has love 40 on the Sampras serve.
15-40.
From the reverse angle, straight down the centre at 193 kilometres per hour. One break point remaining.
Deuce.
Robert Vanderhoff, Todd Martin's coach, showing no emotion, and that's a good thing.
Advantage Sampras.
Second set, unforced errors. Switch.
Deuce.
Another double fault to bring it back to deuce, and keeps Martin alive in the second set.
Love 40.
Too easy, wasn't it? Sampras now 4-1 in the second set.
Sampras leads 4-1.
Welcome back. The number one seed suddenly has raced to a big lead. A set and 4-1 with 2 breaks in the second.
Love 15. Love 13.
It's a fine first serve. What a great return. And Sampras in trouble having to guess one way or the other. He guesses wrong. Love 30. Martin hitting back.
Love 40.
And for the second time, he has love 40 on the Sampras serve.
$15-40. $30-40.
reverse angle straight down the centre at 193 kilometres per hour. 1 break point remaining.
Deuce.
Robert Vanderhoff, Todd Martin's coach, showing no emotion, and that's a good thing.
Advantage Sampras.
Second set, unforced errors. Switch.
Deuce.
Another double fault to bring it back to deuce. And keeps Martin alive in the second set.
Advantage Martin.
10th break point in the match. 4th this game.
And gets it.
Cain Martin.
One of the breaks back.
Sampras leads 4-2.
Sampras has won at least the opening 2 points in each of Martin's service games so far in the second set. He's been love 30, and then in the previous game broke him to love. So obviously Martin would dearly love this first point. At 2-4, set behind.
Love 15.
So he opened up in his previous service game with a double.
Sampras first serve in right down at 43%. Second set statistics.
15 all. T15.
4 aces for Martin versus 7 for Sampras.
30 all.
Big second serve, 146 Ks. Guy's laughing because he's caught 2 balls today.
Martin holds. It's 3-4 in the second set.
Sampras leads 4-3. Long.
Sampras making the effort to serve and volley. There's been a subtle change in his tactics. Beginning of the match, he was quite satisfied to play from the back of the court, but it appeared Martin was catching him, or maybe even overtaking him in that play. Well, Pete Sampras playing a magnificent volley off this very solidly hit forehand, but look at where he volleyed from. A yard short of the service line, some 3 to 4 yards back of where Edberg would have volleyed from.
Game, Sampras.
Pete Sampras being let off twice there with just getting the second ball into play. And Todd Martin having a really good swing at both the forehand and the backhand, missing both. They're the shots he has to make if he's going to break back again, which he will need to do to stay in the second set. 3-5, Martin to serve.
Long.
And it's an interesting situation. Pete Sampras walks across, concedes the point. And Australian crowds still love a good sport.
Serve.
This one more difficult than what it appears. It's all smashes. Generally hit when you're at the net and somebody's trying to lob over your head and you're having to move back. It's not so easy to move forward to hit the overhead. Put him by surprise. 30-15.
All.
Shut up, Walt. And a set point after Martin led 30-love in this 9th game. And that overhead, it wasn't the easiest shot in the world, but it's proven a bit critical. 30-love into the net.
Thank you. Quiet, please. Deuce. Advantage Martin.
And this isn't the sort of game that Pete Sampras wants just before he's going to serve for the second set. At a set point, he's missed a relatively easy return. The crowd's becoming a little bit restless.
Deuce.
Fine return, took the ball early, sliced it down the line accurately, and took the next ball on the volley while Martin was out of court. Deuce.
Advantage Martin.
And Martin does survive, so Sampras will come out now to serve for the second set.
Sampras leads 5-4.
Pete Sampras serving for the second set.
15 love.
John Barrett crowd a bit restless in that previous game, yelling out encouragement. Has it made any effect to the players, do you think?
Well, I don't think it has yet, but of course the danger of getting involved with the crowd if you're not really controlling it, as Connors and McEnroe used to, is that it distracts you. They used to use the crowd as a weapon, particularly Connors. He'd conduct them like an orchestra leader.
Encore.
30 love.
Sampras really hitting the ball early, moving to the net at precisely the right moment. And Todd's off. That was a must point for Martin. 40 love, it certainly would have been all over. First serve was missed and certainly went for the return on the second serve. Sampras made his move maybe a little late to the net and certainly didn't do enough with the first volley. 30-15.
It's got a couple of them to go to a 2-sets-to-love lead.
Game. Second set, Sampras 6-4.
Raymond Mulcahy is happy. Sampras camp is ahead 2-sets-to-love.
Sampras leads 2-sets-to-love.
After an hour and 48 minutes.
Last time Sampras lost in a Grand Slam when he's led 2-sets-to-love was in 1988 as a 17-year-old at the US Open. It's a long time back. He did lead Cherkasov 2-sets-to-love in the heat in Barcelona in the Olympics, but he's got a great record when he gets to the lead early.
Love 15. All. 30-15. 30 all. Thank you, quite once. Oh! 30-40.
Well, that's extraordinary. Actually, he threw it back, the same chap who caught it twice before, but he didn't make the catch this time. He missed it. Fellow behind caught it and gave it to him.
Pretty big odds, John, when there are about 14,500 people in here. 3 for 3. Well, big point at break point against Martin. And the number 1 seed has the look of a champion, doesn't he? 2 sets to love and a break up.
Thank you. Oh! 15 long. Second serve. Dirty love.
Furious drives from the back of the court. He's come to net at precisely the right time, but just trying to nurse the backhand volley over the net. Catching the net wouldn't go over. 30 love Sampras.
$13-15. $40-15. Game Sampras, he balls.
2 love now for Sampras. 2 sets up and a break up.
Sampras leads 2 love.
What's your feeling, John Barrett? It's a long way back now, Todd Martin.
It is a long way back. He's in danger here of being swamped. I think he lost his way in the second set there when he was 1-love up and then lost 4 games in a row. He started to lose the conviction of going for broke on the first shot of the rally, which had really been responsible for making that first set so close. And the remarkable thing was there were so few unforced errors then, but then they began to creep in, and then the repartee with the crowd. That's a dangerous thing to get involved in. And I think his intensity went, and perhaps a little belief.
It just occurs to me whether there might have been a fear before he went on the court today that he could be embarrassed. He could be beaten very easily by a very hot Sampras. Maybe he was relieved when the first set was so close and the second set was so close. Has that pressure off.
Sure, that's right, because when he was down 2 for the 2 service breaks, he then started to hit again and started to resume the tactics of the first set, and it got him 1 break back. But he must persist.
Glorious tennis.
15 all.
Pete Sampras just really works this point well, comes in on a very deep undercut backhand, and Martin just threads the line.
Fifteen, 13. All. 14-13. Deuce. Advantage Martin.
And just fabulous forehand here from Todd Martin. Wrong Wrong-footing Sampras as he recovered to the centre. Trying to get on the board in the third set.
And he's done it. It's 2-1 Sampras, third set.
Sampras leads 2-1. Thank you.
Pete Sampras with the early break, and for Todd Martin to stay in, he needs a break here or in Sampras's next service game. He's got to do it quickly to get back.
Love 15.
Sampras has been missing a lot of first serves in the last few games. And that's got to be good news for Todd Martin. Love 15. And another crack at the second serve.
All.
And that's a classic example of only being allowed to play as well as your opponent lets you. Todd Martin could have gone for more here, but he just played the ball back conservatively, looking for another opportunity. You're not going to get it against Pete Sampras when you play the ball short without a lot of power. He's going to nail the winner. Well, great anticipation here from Martin. You'll see him move to the backhand side before Sampras makes the volley. They're waiting for it. Wrong-footed him with the passing shot. 15-30, a chance to get back now.
30 all.
Advantage Second serve was very, very close to being a double. Full power, 147 Ks.
Advantage Sampras.
And in replay, right in the corner.
Second serve. Juice. Advantage Sampras.
Nine aces for Sampras.
Game Sampras.
3-1 now, Sampras.
Sampras leads 3-1.
So just half a chance really for Martin, wasn't it? He was able to get into a dogfight as we look at those service stats.
Love 15. All. 15-30.
Pete Sampras getting on top now. 2 break points to go up, a double break in the third set, leading 2-0. And you can see the struggle of Todd Martin.
.40. Game Sampras.
So a double break for Sampras. It's now 4-1 in the third set.
Thank you. Seats quickly, please.
Mexican wave going around the stadium. Crowd getting a little restless.
Thank you.
Willing Todd Martin to produce a minor miracle here. But Pete Sampras in the box seat.
15 log.
10th ace, starting to grow in number.
This probably his best, right on the tee.
30 love. Love. Cain Sampras.
Quick as a flash, it's 5-1.
Sampras leads 5-1. Thank you. Love.
Not quite the intensity in the photography pit either now.
There
might be in a minute though if Sampras continues this roll to get that championship shot.
.30. All. .30. Juice.
Maybe just a step slower up to that ball, not hitting it before the top of the bounce or at the top of the bounce. The ball's just dropping, creating a more lofted shot that's just going over the baseline.
advantage, Martin.
As he has all championship, he's hanging on regardless of the score.
So Sampras will come back after the break to serve for the match. Welcome back. Second serve for Pete Sampras, serving for the match and championship.
Love 15. Thank you. Love 13.
And now love 40 for Todd Martin, who will not die. Frank Sedgman, his wife Jean, John Cain, who has played a part as Premier of Victoria in having this magnificent stadium built. Thea Fraser to Jean's right.
(15-40).
Well, he didn't break, but it was a brave attempt at a pass. Tim Gullickson, who would have thought that the match was wrapped up. 15-40.
30-40.
Not a huge tally of aces, but he's certainly played some at very vital stages.
Out.
So he's got
Game,
one break
Martin.
back.
And as crowd is on fire, there was enormous support for the players when they returned to the court prior to this
Sampras
past game.
leads 5-3.
Extraordinary reception as both players took their respective ends.
Wait, please.
Now again, the National Tennis Centre is alive. 3-5, Martin to serve.
Long.
Well, that was a magnificent volley from
15
Todd
all.
Martin, and you'll see this passing shot coming from well behind the baseline on the full run, ripping it down the line, beating the outstretched racket of Todd Martin. 15 all.
30-15.
And Pete Sampras just beginning to miss some makeable shots. Relatively straightforward forehand.
(40-15).
Well, he's pulled it back from 1-5 to 4-5, but Sampras again serves for the championship after the break.
Thank you.
Great excitement here. Sampras for the second time serving for the match, this time at 5-4.
Sampras paying the penalty of not closing in quickly enough after he served the half volley. Exposed him, not close enough to the net. There was time to get set.
15-all. (30-15).
The aces this time coming as they're needed for Pete Sampras. The swinging serve just at 161 Ks. His 13th ace. Lucky 13.
(40-15).
2 championship points to the #1 player in the world. He's going for a 3rd consecutive Grand Slam title. Delana Mulcahy, his girlfriend, with Tim Gullickson, his coach. Has the Wimbledon and the US Open trophies.
Thank you.
He's serving for the Australian.
Game, set, match, Sampras. Three sets to love. 7-6, 6-4, 6-4.
The king of the court wins in 2 hours and 33 minutes.